What they never taught you about the global energy monopoly is that the biggest players are already quietly jumping ship. The age of oil is bleeding out in plain sight. For over a century, Saudi Arabia's staggering wealth was aggressively pumped directly from the Earth's dark depths. They held the entire global economy captive with an ocean of black gold. But behind closed, heavily guarded palace doors, the world's greatest petrostate realized a terrifying mathematical truth. The oil era was ending, and their absolute power was on a timer. To survive the 21st century, the kingdom needed to pivot. They secretly began diverting billions of petrodollars toward a radical, unprecedented shift in their fundamental energy infrastructure. Instead of digging deeper, they looked up. The vast, barren Arabian desert receives some of the most intense, relentless solar radiation on the entire planet. A highly classified master plan was quietly drafted. They would construct the largest single solar array in human history, laying the foundation for a staggering post-oil megaproject. Transforming shifting sand dunes into gigawatts of clean energy requires unprecedented engineering. The hostile desert environment itself had to be completely conquered by cutting-edge modern science. Destructive dust storms severely reduce panel efficiency. So, engineers deployed massive autonomous robotic fleets that tirelessly sweep and clean millions of solar modules every single day. The electrical yield is absolutely staggering. The unique atmospheric conditions here allow the massive arrays to generate raw power at prices the rest of the world simply cannot match. By utilizing advanced bifacial modules, these installations absorb direct, blinding sunlight from above, while simultaneously harvesting the intense ambient light reflecting off the bright desert sand below. Massive underground high-voltage cables act as the kingdom's new digital pipelines. They silently carry a different kind of invisible wealth across the vast, scorched expanses of the desert. When the harsh sun finally sets, vast localized chemical energy storage systems instantly awaken. They seamlessly keep the monumental electric grid pulsating with clean, uninterrupted power through the night. The sheer physical scale is difficult to comprehend. We are talking about an endless sea of geometric silicon and steel, clearly visible from low Earth orbit. Millions of ultra-high-efficiency solar modules form an infinite mirrored grid, stretching across a barren landmass larger than many independent sovereign nations. It is a completely man-made technological ocean. This infinite power source isn't just feeding the local grid. It serves as the beating electronic heart for NEOM, the incredibly ambitious futuristic megacity currently being built from scratch. But the true strategic masterstroke is global export. Saudi engineers are using this massive solar surplus to split water molecules, manufacturing vast quantities of pure liquid green hydrogen. The ultimate goal is profoundly strategic. They intend to remain the undisputed kings of global energy by completely replacing their own legendary oil export monopoly with clean zero-carbon fuel. The geopolitical irony is magnificent. The exact same nation that practically built the fossil fuel age is now secretly funding its complete and utter execution. A transition this massive breeds dangerous international paranoia. Western superpowers and rival nations are watching nervously as the Middle East rapidly hacks the global future. If Saudi Arabia completely dominates the future green energy market, they will continue to control the economic destiny of a carbon-neutral world without firing a single shot. Legacy oil titans in the West are absolutely terrified. Their own biggest historic ally is now aggressively building the ultimate technological weapons required to make them completely obsolete. It is a brutal, high-stakes race against time. The global demand for crude is projected to crash, permanently stripping petrostates of their immense leverage and political power. If they fail to fully transition the grid before the oil wells run completely dry, their massive economy collapses right back into the merciless, blowing desert sands. For the Royal Kingdom, this incredibly massive megaproject isn't merely an environmental public relations campaign. It is absolute, uncompromising economic survival on a global scale. The world is rapidly waking up to a completely transformed Middle East. The quiet, secretive revolution has finally become a deafening roar of clean, unstoppable momentum. A highly advanced, post-oil utopia is being aggressively forged directly in the brutal heat of the Arabian Peninsula, completely altering the trajectory of human civilization. They finally recognize that true, lasting geopolitical power doesn't come from the Earth's finite crust. It comes directly from the infinite, blazing sky above us. The greatest energy empire in human history is successfully pivoting. They are leveraging their immense fossil wealth to permanently guarantee their own eternal, unshakable reign. What they never taught you is simple but profound: the ancient kings of oil are quietly becoming the modern lords of light. The future is already here. If you work in the solar industry and want to precisely track, analyze, and optimize real project performance seamlessly, the platform you need is ready. Check the link below.